All right, guys. I know you're probably wondering why I'm wearing a helmet, but I just bought a Zero FXS electric motorcycle. I've always wanted one, but I finally had an opportunity. The price was right, so I purchased it. Probably shouldn't have, but some opportunities, when they make themselves present, you got to take advantage of them. So I did. Anyway, the reason I bought it, well, I just wanted to share with you guys a couple of the reasons why it's nice to have an electric motorcycle, and also too, if you don't really need transportation, of course, the best thing to do if you want to save money and be efficient is not have a vehicle. But that's not always convenient, or sometimes that's almost impossible if you don't have a good transportation system like buses and subways and all that stuff. Like, if you live in New York or if you live in a big city, they have a really excellent transportation system, so you really don't need a vehicle. But if you live like in Jacksonville or outside the city, and like our buses are really, it's okay, but it's not always feasible to rely on public transportation. So needless to say, if you have to have transportation, and you can have a motorcycle instead of a car, which is kind of hard here too because Jacksonville rains so much. So you either have to not have to worry about riding in the rain, or you have to have a rain suit, or you have to have another vehicle, or you can use public transport, I guess, if it rains. But in Jacksonville, it rains all the time, like a drop of a hat. It could be sunny 1 minute and pouring down rain the next, and then last for 10 minutes and the sun comes out again. So, but anyway, if you need transportation and you want like your own transportation, it's going to be very, very hard to beat a Zero motorcycle, except for the upfront cost, especially if you buy new, because a new electric Zero is going to be over $10,000. But the good part is, if you get a loan, if you can afford a loan, your payments are going to be under $200 a month. Another thing is, in Florida, you do not have to have insurance. So if you can just barely afford the payment, or say you can get a loan, a personal loan, because if you get a loan against the vehicle, they're going to require you to have full coverage insurance. But if your credit's decent and you can get a personal loan or a credit card loan or some other type of loan, which it doesn't use the motorcycle for collateral, you can actually get away with not having insurance on a motorcycle in Florida. But I don't really recommend that unless you're like in dire straits and you're like, man, I cannot afford insurance. It's like I can barely, get by, But if you do get insurance, which I did, which I didn't need, but it's so cheap. I think it was $258 for the year, which is like, and that's full coverage. So if anything happens to the bike, someone steals it or gets hit, or you have a collision, you hurt someone else, that's everything. And deductible is like $500, and it's like, I think it's like up to $100,000 per person, up to 3 people. Damage, it even gives you what is it, like a little bit of coverage for accessories. So basically, pretty much covers everything you need for like $250. Plus, I'm older, and I don't have money speeding tickets or accidents and stuff like that. So it might be a little more expensive if you're younger and you have some tickets and stuff like that, but it's not going to be exorbitant. So it's going to be affordable. Also, too, it's cheap to plates and stuff yesterday was like under $500. To renew tags on a motorcycle isn't very expensive. If you want to fill the bike up, it goes like around 100 miles. You can basically plug it in a regular standard outlet, and it costs like less than 50 cents, pretty much right around 50 cents to charge it from almost zero to full charge, 100%. And you can use an extension cord, because the cord that comes with it is like 10 or 12 feet, 15 feet. You can add on, like, bring yourself 50 or 100 foot extension cord, and you can literally almost plug in anywhere. Plus, I'm an electrician. I can literally bring my electrician kit and a couple outlets, and I can almost like make myself an outlet. And also too, they have a capability to quick charge, and they have a kit you can buy to where you can plug in the regular cord to an outlet, and then if you can find another outlet that has a different circuit, you can plug in another 110 outlet, and you can actually quick charge in like half or less than half the time. Also too, on the other bikes, they have the capability to plug in a J1772, like the regular outlet you see, the level 2, and then it's like less than an hour. Like you can plug in and top off for less than like 30 minutes. So that might be something that you're interested in, or you might look for on the bigger bikes. But I think it's possible that you can rig it up to do that. So that's my next goal. But anyway, if you want something that is like super efficient and super cheap, but you still have to have your own transportation, I think it would be really hard to beat a Zero motorcycle. There's no oil changes. You hardly ever use your brakes. The only thing you might have to do is maybe every once in a while change out a back tire, and then the back tire is probably going to wear out a little bit faster than the front tire, because all your friction and your power and everything is going to the back. So I would say, I don't know for a fact, but all of my other bikes, I've had probably, I don't even know, 20, 30, 40 different bikes and scooters, and the back tires seem to always wear out first. So I would expect the same, especially even more so with an electric bike, because there's a lot more torque. And if you do burnouts or you just gun it all the time, there's a lot of pressure and torque on that back tire. So you're probably going to go through it even faster than a gas bike, unless you have a crotch rocket and you gun it all the time. And then also too, it has a belt drive, so there's no chain maintenance, no oiling, no stretching and all that stuff. So when it does break though, it's going to snap. It's you're going to have to replace that, and I think the belts probably will be easier, cleaner, and I don't know, maybe less expensive. I haven't priced them out yet, but I can imagine probably either equivalent or right around the same price as a chain. Hopefully they're cheaper, but it depends on if you can get an aftermarket belt or not. They might be specific, so you might not be able to. I have to do some research and find out. That would be a good question. Tires are pretty much standard, and then also too, you can change out. It's a supermoto, so you can really, if you really wanted to, you could probably get knobbies, get a separate set of knobbies, so you could change out the bike, and then like if you wanted to get a little more aggressive off-road or do jumps and maybe do more of like a motocross or hare scramble type situation, you could maybe switch that out. I'm not going to do that, but that's always an option. What else? It's just a simple plug and play. You can upgrade it. There's different displays you can upgrade to, but for me, I like it the way it is. I might put some Tree Life stickers on it to advertise, and I might get a quick charger. I think the best option for me since I'm an electrician, is to do some research and find out how the other motorcycles are using that level 2 charger. And if I can install a plug somewhere on the bike, that would be the ultimate, to be able to charge fast. It's almost like a supercharger for a Tesla, because the battery's so small. If you plug in a level 2, it's going to charge up to 100% in less than an hour. So that's, to me, that's like a supercharger. So anyway, guys, appreciate you watching, and I'll try to make some more videos of the Zero and anything new. Oh, also too, if anybody knows how to put it in reverse, if it does have reverse, I haven't seen any videos or any information on reverse on this particular motorcycle, so I don't know if it's an option or not. But I know on some of the other Zeros, the higher end ones, they have reverse. So if you guys know how to do that, please leave the how to do it in the description in the comments. All right, peace. See you next time. Be safe. Wear a helmet.